Hello, and thank you for joining me today at Community Kitchens at Home Edition. My name is Pauline, and welcome to my kitchen. Now, before we begin, let's take 20 to 30 seconds and wash our hands with some warm water and soap. For today's recipe, you will need 4 to 5 potatoes diced, 6 slices of bacon diced, a half an onion diced, 1 cup of corn, 4 cups of chicken stock, a half a cup of fat-free evaporated milk, a half a cup of water, 1 stalk of celery, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 1 to 2 bay leaves, 2 tablespoons of flour, a half a teaspoon of cumin, a half teaspoon of coriander, salt and pepper to taste. We're going to start as usual with a damp cloth under a cutting board so that nothing moves while we're cutting. We're going to take our bacon and dice it into small pieces, almost as if you're making bacon bits. Now, here's a pro tip. If you have issues cutting your bacon because it's too soft or your knife isn't quite sharp enough, simply put it in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes until it firms up, and it will be much easier to cut. Once you have it diced, we're going to put it into a pot that has been heating over medium-high heat. Give it a good stir and cook until it starts to crisp. To dice our onion, I'm going to simply cut the ends off, remove the papery skin, as well as the tough outer layer of onion. Next, I'm going to lay it flat on the board, make some slices in, almost through the onion, but not quite. Turn it and simply slice to get nice small dices. If you did not want such a strong flavor of onion in your soup, feel free to use leeks. Just make sure to clean them very well before you use them. Next, we're going to chop up our celery into fine dices. Now that the bacon has started to crisp, we will add in the celery and onion. We're going to give it a really good stir to make sure that none of the bacon is stuck on the bottom. And we're going to cook this until the onion and celery start to become soft. Next, we're going to dice our potatoes. We're going to simply cut them into bite-sized pieces to be added to the soup. Now, if you want a creamier soup, simply cut them into a smaller dice and leave it cook until the potato starts to break down in the broth. Give it a really good stir or use a potato masher, and it will be a much creamier soup. Now that our celery and onions have started to become soft, we're going to add in our garlic, salt and pepper to taste. And remember, if you're using regular bacon, not the low sodium kind, that you're going to need to reduce the amount of salt you add in. We're going to add in our flour and give it a good stir. The flour is going to help make a creamier soup without adding the heavy cream. Next, we're going to add in our spices, the potatoes, the corn. You can use frozen, fresh, or canned. And our broth, and give it all a really good stir. Now that our soup is cooked long enough for the potatoes to become tender, we're going to add in our pre-cooked chicken, the water and evaporated milk, and stir. We're going to bring this back up to a boil, and then it is ready to serve. To catch new episodes, make sure you go to Algoma Family Services Facebook page. And if you want to see some other episodes, head on over to YouTube, Algoma Family Services, and you can see lots there. Hope to see you next time.